guys, welcome back to another episode of 101. Now today we're going to be talking about a very specific movie, Death of Superman. Actually, one of the fans suggested that I do a video on this, so shout out to that fan. Thank you for your support and everything else like that. Now this movie is very important to the DC universe and to the animation verse, and just to what it's going to set up next. So without further ado, let's get started. Woo!
Hold up.
Alright guys, so the death of Superman. If you guys remember, a long time ago, they came out with a movie called Superman Doomsday. Now the death of Superman is kind of the same. It's taking the same route, the same story, taking the same route, the same storyline, where Superman dies and he comes back. So I'm gonna talk about Superman Doomsday for a little bit. So in Superman Doomsday, there's a great big monster coming to Earth. But in this version, he was made on Krypton. And okay, so in Superman Batman vs. Superman, you saw that Doomsday was created by Lex Luthor, and he was created on Earth. Well, in Superman Doomsday and the Death of Superman, Doomsday is a Kryptonian creature, and his only purpose is to kill, steal, and destroy. So he comes down to Earth, and this is still Superman Doomsday. He comes down to Earth, and the only thing he wants to do is fight. Like, he just wants to kill everybody. Like, he wants to kill the most powerful being on that planet, and that would be Superman. Superman is the most powerful being on that planet, and so did this big fight. But what happens is Doomsday is on the same level as Superman, so it's taking all of Superman's strength just to fight Doomsday. Now in Superman Doomsday, there wasn't no Justice League. In Superman Death of Superman, he's part of the Justice League. So this event happens after Superman joins the Justice League. And if you guys remember, in the Justice League, I think it was the Justice League Unlimited series or the Justice League series, he was part of the Justice League too when Doomsday came. But in the Superman Doomsday, he wasn't part of the league at all. He wasn't part of the league at all. So they're fighting, and Doomsday is actually winning. He's winning, and Doomsday actually defeats Superman. And everybody's so emotional. Everybody's crying. They're emotional. They're sad. The most powerful being on Earth just died. But before he died, he defeated. It's kind of like a draw, where Doomsday died and Superman died. But the thing is, when Superman died, his body actually went into stasis, a healing stasis, where everything slows down to the point where it looks like he's dead, but he's not actually dead. He's just regenerating himself. And so in Superman Doomsday, Lex Luthor was actually working on something before this event happened. He was actually cloning Superman. Somehow Lex Luthor got a piece of his DNA and stuff like that, and he started cloning him. And he made tons of clones. And one of the clones was actually fit and ready to be used. So when Superman died, Lex Luthor took the chance to, say, this is my Superman. If Superman was born and he was raised by the Luthors, this is the Superman that it would be. And the clone Superman started to do good at first, but then, he started to think for himself. And what Lex Luthor did, he put a device in the clone's head so that way he could control it. Well, the Superman noticed that the device was in his head, so what he did was he used his heat vision to destroy the device. So he actually used his heat vision to go inside of his head and destroy the device. So this gave the clone free will to do whatever he wants. And like I said, because this clone was born and raised by Lex Luthor, it didn't have the same morals and value as Kal-El, Clark Kent, Superman. So the clone Superman started to do all this stuff that Superman wouldn't do, and we see that Lex Luthor actually took Superman's body from the grave and he put it into this generation stasis. That way he could just talk to Superman, tell Superman everything that's going on and what's happening because Superman can't really do anything about it. So Lex Luthor think that he has an overall win. And there's a power outage, and one of the Superman robots comes and takes his body and brings him back to the Fortress of Solitude. Once in the Fortress of Solitude, the robot puts Superman, Kal-El, Clark Kent, under this sun radiation genesis chamber, where it's helping Superman regenerate his cells, because his cells is already doing it, but it needs a boost. And so Superman actually wakes back up from his stasis and stuff like that, and he's like, Superman's back. He's no longer dead. He's back to himself. Now in this version, Superman has long hair, and because he's not fully at strength, he has a black suit that takes in the sun rays and stuff like that, the sun energy, to keep rejuvenating his cells. That way he could be at full strength. Because what Superman is going to do, he's going to fight his clone. He's going to go one-on-one, with his clone. And so that's basically what happens. So in Superman, Death of Superman, they kind of took the same route. Doomsday. See, I want to tell you guys, but I don't want to spoil it also. So in Death of Superman, they took the same route. The same storyline. The only thing different is that you have to stay to the end because something very, very important happens afterwards. Now in the comics, Death of Superman, it's the same storyline, just like what they did for the animation show and movies. Superman dies, he comes back, but before he comes back, there's a little period, where all these different Superman comes. You have John Henry, which is Steel. You have Robot Superman. You have Superman. You have Superman AI, which is artificial intelligence, and then you have just all these different Supermans coming, and then you have Superman. Then you have not Superman, but Superboy. And this Superboy is different. I think this Superboy is the Superboy Prime or New 52 Superboy, or it's one of the this Superboy is like one of the real cool Superboys. Like if this Superboy kind of reminds me of a Kardashian. Like this is a Kardashian Superboy, kind of like this is a Kardashian Superboy, kind of like. So you see all these different Superman taking place of the actual Superman. Before this real Superman comes back, there's this period called the Reign of Superman, when all these Superman comes and they're doing what they do, and Lex Luthor is on side of one of the Supermans because he has the same visionary aspect as Lex Luthor and stuff like that. Like he said, Lex Luthor is not a villain. We all know that Lex Luthor is a villain. No matter what you do, Lex Luthor will always be a villain. And so in this time period, Superman comes back after this time period of the Reign of Superman. He comes back, with the long hair, the black suit, but he actually had to fight the Superman other than John Henry, because John Henry still was actually doing good. He was actually doing a good part as being Superman. And he had the same roles and values as Superman. And before he became Steel, Superman actually talked to John Henry and told him, if anything ever happens to me, I want you to take up the mantle and become, the new Superman. But John Henry, not having any powers, could not become the Superman that Superman wanted him to be. So he became Steel and just rocked the Superman logo. And so basically what happens is Superman comes back, and with the help of John Henry Steel, Superboy, because he's so young and because he's a clone, he wasn't really taught how to be a superhero or how to be a Superman. So Superman takes him under his wings and he trains them and stuff like that. Now there's been a lot of Superboy clones. There's been Connor Kent, which was on Young Justice and on Titans, which is Superboy. Then there's the New 52 Superboy. Then there's Superboy Prime. Then there's Superboy from the Superman when he was younger. So there's a lot of different versions of Superboy, but in this aspect, it's the Kardashian Superboy. And so in Death of Superman, you see that at the end. So you have to stay to the ending. You have to stay to the end to know what's really going on, you know. So hopefully I didn't spoil that. So yeah, if you haven't seen Death of Superman, you should really, really go watch it. It's a really, really good movie. It's one of my favorite DC animated movies that they have. Cause they had DC, they had Justice League, Dawn of Atlantis. Then they have Justice League when Doomsday comes, and then they have Justice League versus the Teen Titans, and then they have the Titans Judas Contract. Then they have Titans, some other stuff I can't remember. But this is a really good movie, and it's probably one of the better Superman movies that I've seen so far. Now what this does is this sets up for the Reign of Superman movie, when all the Superman comes and, you know, Superman has to. Now I don't know if Superman is going to come back, because there's a different version where Superman dies and he actually stays dead, but Earth 1 Superman comes with his wife Lois Lane and his son Jonathan Kent, and he becomes the new Superman. Now in this Superman version, I think the Superman that they're using is a New 52 Superman, and so we might see another Superman come and take his place as the original Superman with his son. So because they have Damian Wayne, I feel like this would be a really, really good idea to introduce Jonathan Kent, which is Superman's son, which is another Superboy. So let me know in the comments what you think. If you have seen the movie, let me know what you thought about the movie. If you have, you know, any ideas of, you know, what they might do, or if you have your own theories of what they might do, let me know. So my theory is that, you know, in the Reign of Superman, you see all these different Supermans coming, and they're trying to do the best they can. But so, you know, with the AI Superman and the Superman, the AI Superman and the Superman robot, and just all these different Supermans, there's going to be some clashes, because everybody wants to be the top dog. So what I feel like is going to happen is that it's going to go chaotic. Like, all these Supermans are going to start the fight, and Superman is still going to be, either Superman is going to come back, or there's going to be another Superman who will be the original Superman from Earth 1. So I feel like they're going to take that route. So I feel like they're going to take that route. Now that is my theory. I don't know, you know, what route they're going to take, but I feel like I'm kind of close to what they're going to do. So let me know in the comments what you guys want to talk about next. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and share this content. We really, really like your support, and I love your support, regardless if you subscribe or not. But I really do want you to subscribe, so please subscribe, please share, and let me know what you guys want me to talk about next. And let me know what you guys want me to talk about next. I enjoy talking about these contests and stuff like that. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And also, look for me on Twitter at 101_heroes. That's 101_heroes on Twitter. Alright guys, so we out. Peace.